investigating the murder of a young woman in New Jersey as her accused killer appeared before a judge today. Good evening once again. I'm Maurice Dubois.
Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Christine Johnson. Prosecutors say the 19-year-old suspect plotted to kill his childhood friend and then got rid of her body with the help of another friend. But now they are suggesting something else happened to her.
CBS 2's Meg Baker was in the courtroom and has the new information.
This is dash cam video of when police found 19-year-old Sarah Stern's car abandoned on the Route 35 bridge in Belmar, where prosecutors say her friends, McAtasney and Preston Taylor, left it after disposing of her body.
He even so much as demonstrated how he lifted her up off of the ground, then left her on the floor and watched her die for 30 minutes. He knew exactly how long it was because he chose to time that.
Today, McAtasney was back in court, dressed in a yellow jumpsuit, charged in the murder of his former classmate. Prosecutors say he was not only the mastermind, plotting for weeks. Investigators even set up a video recording where he told his friend, also the state's key witness, identified as AC, every detail. McAtasney is accused of strangling Stern during a robbery at her Neptune City home in December. McAtasney's defense attorney says his client completely denies the allegations, saying the three were best friends, all growing up within blocks of each other here in Neptune City.
My client indicates he has nothing to do with this, and he really hopes that the girl's alive. There is a videotape statement that the prosecutor talked about. It's unusual in the sense that both boys, Preston and my client, seem to be talking like they're going out to lunch or something. It's like it's some story that they made up.
He says the recording seems scripted, and the plot thickens. He went on to suggest that Stern may have run away or committed suicide. Her body has yet to be recovered. But Stern's family is having none of that.
To imagine something like this is just unfathomable.
McAtasney and Taylor participated in a search party for Stern. Authorities say they admitted doing so to deflect suspicion. At the Monmouth County Courthouse, Meg Baker, CBS 2 News.
And the judge says that he ordered both McAtasney and Taylor to be detained in order to protect the...
My name is Detective Brian Weisbrot with the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. Today's date is February 1st, 2017, and the approximate time is 2:28 p.m. Currently located at the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office, Asbury Park Satellite Office, for the purpose of conducting a video-recorded interview with Preston Taylor. Detective Michael Volbrecht of the Neptune City Police Department and I will be conducting the interview. You can have a seat right over here. I'll be right with you, okay, man?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Hey, Preston. Sorry to keep you waiting, man. How you doing, all right?
Yeah.
You remember me from December?
Yeah.
My name is Brian Weisbrod. I'm a detective with the prosecutor's office. And I don't know if you ever met Detective Mike Bolbrecht from Neptune City. He was not with us when we had spoken with you down at Belmar.
Yeah.
But I first just want to tell you thank you for cooperating, coming down today to talk to us. We appreciate it. I know you had said you have a lot of questions. We had spoken to you out in the car and transported you here. I told you that we were not going to talk to you in the car. We wanted to do it in this setting. Talking to you in the car is not appropriate. So we'll get to all your questions. We're happy to answer anything that you have. We do want to talk to you.
Okay.
And before we do talk to you, I do need to provide you with your Miranda rights. Okay? Have you ever had these read to you before?
No.
It's just a form, and we're going to go over it together. I'm going to read the rights to you. You can follow along, and after I read each right to you, I'm just going to ask you, Preston, if you understand the right, and I just need you to answer with a yes or no, indicating whether or not you understand it, okay?
Okay.
And then you just need to put your initials on the line, and then we'll get into everything and talk to you about everything and answer any questions you have, okay?
All right.
Number one, you have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So your initials there. And number two, anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Number three, you have the right to consult with an attorney at any time and have him present before and during questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Number four, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided if you so desire prior to any questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And number five, a decision to waive these rights is not final, and you may withdraw your waiver whenever you wish, either before or during questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And I'll read this line to you. Follow along, please. I acknowledge that I have been advised of each constitutional right as initialed above and that I understand these rights. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Put your signature on that line. And this line here, having these rights in mind, I wish to waive or give up these rights and make a knowing and voluntary statement and answer questions. Do you understand that?
No.
Okay. I'll read it again to you. Having these rights in mind, I wish to waive or give up these rights and make a knowing and voluntary statement and answer questions. Meaning you are giving up your rights. You're going to talk to Mike and I today.
Yeah.
Okay. You sign that on that line, please. And I'm going to go ahead and sign here. Today is February 1st, 2017, and the time is 2:36 p.m. Mike, if you can just sign that as well. Thank you. All right. Preston, obviously, you know why Mike and I want to talk to you today. It's the same reason why Detective Mahoney and I spoke to you back in December. Okay, it's about Sarah. We know what happened to Sarah. Ever since she was reported missing, the Neptune City Police Department, the Belmar Police Department, and the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office has been working tirelessly to find out what happened to her, and we did. Okay, we know what your involvement in it was. All right, we want to talk to you about that. All right, what we're most interested in knowing, not necessarily what happened because we already know that. We want to know why it happened. All right, we want to know why Liam did what he did.
What did he do?
He killed Sarah. Okay, and we know you know that. Right? You know that. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, that's what we want to talk to you about. All right. I want you to know that we understand that people put themselves in positions that, looking back, they regret. We get it. You're a 19-year-old kid. You have a whole life ahead of you. All right? You got to lay it out for us as to why it happened. All right? And why he did what he did.
Money.
Okay. How much money are we talking about?
He says that she had anywhere from upwards of $50,000 to $150,000 left to her in cash from her mom.
Okay. Where did she get the money?
From her mom when she passed away.
Okay.
She found this is his story. She found a box in their old house in Avalon that they keep just for storage that had a note and a whole bunch of money, and he wanted to try and get his hands on as much of it as possible.
Okay. Did he tell you ahead of time that he was going to do this?
Yeah.
All right. How long do you think he planned to do this?
About a month, which wasn't too serious at first.
Okay. Do you remember the first time he told you about it?
First time he told me about it, him and Sean came into Clancy's where I was working, and he just said, like, no intentions at this time, but Sarah just found a bunch of money, and that was it. And then it wasn't until about a month or two later he said that he was coming up with the idea.
Okay. What did he tell you he planned on doing?
Taking her out and then find somewhere to dispose of the body.
Okay. When you say taking her out, what do you mean?
Strangling her.
Okay. And then he was going to dispose of her body? Mm-hmm. All right. Did he tell you what he planned to do with her body?
No.
Okay. How did you... I want to bring you back to the day that this happened. All right. Do you remember what day of the week it was?
No.
All right. It was a Friday. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what you did that day? Did you work, go to school?
I went to work with my dad.
Do you remember where you worked?
Atlantic Islands.
Okay. Doing a construction job?
Yeah, I was working with my dad. We were taking out a bathtub.
Okay.
And doing the whole bathroom remodel.
Okay.
And I got home just as he was getting ready to run out the door for work, and he was like, "Dude, I did it. I need you to follow me later with your car." And I just didn't really know what to do other than go along with it at that point.
Okay. When he said that he did it, did you know what that meant?
Yeah.
What did you take that to mean?
I told you that he killed Sarah.
Okay.
Said that her body was still at the house and that he needs to get rid of it tonight.
Okay. Did he tell you where her body was?
He said it was downstairs.
Okay. And what did he ask you to do?
He asked me to help him get her into the car, and he drove her car up the bridge with her in it. I just came up behind and picked him up after.
Okay. Now, prior to, you said you got home from work right around the time that he was going to work, right?
Yeah.
What time do you think that was about?
Would have been right around 4 o'clock.
Okay.
It's still daylight.
Okay. Did he have you go to her house and move her before he got home from work? I see you're shaking your head. What does that mean?
Yes.
Okay. What did he ask
He had
you?
me. Mainly, he wanted me to look for his phone because he dropped it.
He dropped his what?
His phone.
His phone, okay.
While he was there. And then he said
So you went over there by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you got to the house, was there anybody home?
No.
All right.
He said that her aunt and grandma were stopping by later, and that's why I had to be moved.
Okay. How did you get into the house?
He left the back door unlocked.
All right. Do you remember, did you drive your car over or another car?
I drove my car.
All right. Where did you park it?
I parked it across the street from Holly Street. There's that garage on the right, and there's a little dead-end street.
Okay.
Parked on the dead end and hopped the fence in her yard.
Okay, so you didn't pull up in front of her house?
No.
Okay. Were you by yourself or were you with somebody else?
I was by myself.
Okay. So you accessed the property from the back? Okay. And you went into the back door? And there was nobody else home? All right. And what did you see when you went into the house?
I saw her body in the downstairs back bathroom.
Okay. And can you describe what you saw when you went into that area there?
Just her body just laying over the toilet.
It was over the toilet?
Yeah.
Okay. What was she wearing?
Hoodie and jeans.
Okay. Did you see anything unusual about her body? Did you see any?
Her being dead.
Okay. Did you see any blood? Did you see any bruising, any marks or anything on her body?
She was starting to turn pale and like a whitish purple color, but no like bruises or anything.
Okay. And you went into the back door. The bathroom is right pretty close to that back door.
Yeah, as soon as you go in, it's on the
Right. Did you go anywhere else in the house?
I went upstairs to look for Liam's phone, and I didn't find it.
Where in the house did you go? Look for his phone.
I looked in Sarah's room and living room.
Okay. Now, was this the first time that you were ever at Sarah's house, or were you there before?
This is the first time I was there since the idea came up. I've been to her house years ago, just for hanging out with friends.
Okay. So you went into Sarah's room and you looked for Liam's phone. Did you find it?
No.
Okay. Were you just kind of like looking around, or were you like tearing through her drawers and stuff like that?
I was just looking around. I figured it would have just fell out into his pocket.
All right. Did you use your phone or any phone to call Liam's phone to see if maybe you heard it ring?
I think I did, yeah.
Okay. What phone did you use?
I used my cell phone.
Okay.
And I called 2, maybe 3 times.
Okay. And did you hear it ringing? All right. What else other than his bedroom, other than her bedroom, where else in the house did you check?
The front living room.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay. Where was the dog?
In the cage.
You saw the dog in the cage? Did you put the dog in the cage, or was the dog already in the cage?
The dog was already in the cage.
Was the dog barking or anything?
No.
All right. Did you do anything with the dog? You feed the dog, pet the dog, anything? Okay. And then what did you do after that?
I went straight home.
Before you left, so did you leave Sarah in the bathroom, or did you do something with her?
No, I pulled her out back.
Okay.
Just set her over on the side.
All right. So how did you carry her? Did you throw her over your shoulder? Did you drag her?
Just picked her up under her shoulders, dragged her.
Okay. And you took her out what door?
The back door.
Okay. And when you came out of the back door, did you go to the left or did you go to the right?
To the right.
Okay. So was that towards the driveway or away from the driveway?
Away from the driveway.
Okay. And how far, when you came out the back door, how far away from the door did you go?
About 15, 20 feet over to the bushes by the back fence.
Okay. Is there a shed there?
No.
Okay. What is the backyard like? What did you see back there when you were there?
An above ground pool, a whole bunch of stuff on the patios, a bunch of crap all piled up.
Okay. And you put her in a bush?
Yeah, put her over by the bushes, yeah.
In the bushes, in front of the bushes?
Like in the bushes.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I went back to my house and just waited.
Okay.
To see.
Was it dark out when you did this, or was it light out still?
It was dark out by the time I got over there. Got her outside, like the sun was just going down.
Okay. Were you able to see, or did you need a flashlight or something like that?
I was able to see.
Okay. So then you leave. You go back through the backyard to where your car was parked?
Yeah.
You got back in your car?
Yeah, I went back to my house.
Okay. Did you go back to your house, or did you go back to your parents' house?
Back to my house. The one on 11 High.
What was that?
The one on 11 High.
Okay. And when you got back there, what did you do?
I sat on the couch, just waited.
Okay, waited for.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he come home?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about that. Tell us about him when he came home.
He came home twice during work. The first time he was like, "Did you do it? Where's my phone?" Like freaking out. I just said, "No, I did it. I don't know where your phone is." And he just got mad and stormed back out the door.
Okay.
And then he stopped back home another time, so like ripped apart the house looking for his phone. And then when he came home from work, he told me, "Okay, follow me." And we went over. He grabbed a safe, put it in my car, and then he got Sarah's body into Sarah's car, took her car, had me go meet him, like intersect at the bridge.
Okay.
And when I got up to the bridge, he'd already put her over and
Okay.
he jumped in my car.
He jumped in your car?
Yeah.
All right. So you, where was he working at the time?
Brennan's.
Okay. Does he still work at Brennan's?
No.
He quit?
Yeah.
All right. What was his job there?
He was a server.
And do you remember what time he had to be at work that day?
Sometime like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Okay. And what time, approximately, obviously you don't know exactly what time he got home that night. What time do you think, if you were like, thinking back?
Probably around like 9 o'clock.
Okay. So while you were home waiting, Liam comes back home looking for his phone and to check if you moved Sarah. How many times did he come home?
Twice.
Okay. How would you describe his demeanor when he came home?
Just completely frantic and out of his wits.
Okay. Now, when he finally got off of work around 9 or whatever time it was, and he came home, you and him went back to Sarah's house? Is that right? How did you get to Sarah's house that time?
We drove in my car, going the same way, the same place, the dead end.
Okay. And did you park your car in front of Sarah's house on her street or behind?
No, I parked on that dead end behind her property.
Okay. And you accessed her property from the backyard again?
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't pull up in front of her house, park in her driveway, and walk in?
No.
Why didn't you do that?
Because Liam told me that there was a camera on the neighbor's house across the street to the right.
Okay. So did Liam tell you where to park your car? He didn't?
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys, you said you drove in your car? And the car, what kind of car do you have?
96 Mercury MC.
Okay. And the black, it's black, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your car or like your parents' car?
That's my car.
Okay. And is that the car that you and Liam drove to Sarah's house in?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that when you went back to Sarah's house, was Sarah still in the bushes?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anybody in the house when you guys went back there?
No.
Okay. What is the first thing that you guys did when you got back to her house?
Went inside to look for his phone again.
Okay.
And then he went upstairs to get the safe.
Okay. Where was the safe?
In her room, I'm assuming.
Okay. Did you go with him or no?
No.
Where were you?
I was downstairs in the living room.
Okay. Where is the dog at this point?
Still in the cage.
Okay. What does the safe look like?
So it was green metal, kind of like a Coleman camping style.
Okay.
Was,
How big do you think?
Not that big. Like opened up like a laptop.
Okay. And did you need a key to get into it, or was there a combination lock?
It had a key, but we busted it up.
All right. How did you bust it open?
So then hammer and a screwdriver.
At your house or at Sarah's house?
At our house.
Where is that safe now?
Buried in Shark River Park.
Buried in the Shark River Park?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you bury it or did Liam bury it?
And buried it.
Liam did? With the money?
No.
Where's the money?
Money's in another safe that he buried in Hartshorn Park.
Like Sandy Hook?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you go with him to bury it? Would you be able to show us where that is? You know exactly where it's at? Okay. So Liam goes up, gets the safe, brings the safe back, I guess, downstairs. You're basically just down there waiting, right? Okay. What does Liam do with the safe? Does he put it in the car first? Does he?
He put it by the back fence.
Okay.
Went back to get Sarah, and well, he went around front with Sarah's keys, drove her car around to that dead end, and then we put her in the passenger seat.
Okay, so he backs Sarah's car out of the driveway, or drives it out of the driveway, drives it around to the back.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did Sarah get from the bushes through the fence to the car?
Liam went to go pick her up and drag her into the car, and he was like, "Dude, this is too heavy. You gotta help me."
Okay. And so you help him. All right. And where did Liam put her in the car?
Just sitting upright, passenger seat.
Front passenger seat or back?
Yeah, front passenger.
Okay. Why in the front of the car? Kind of.
He figured driving around that'd be like the least suspicious looking.
Okay.
And
So how did he position her in the seat?
just sitting upright, regular person.
Okay. So if somebody drove by, they would just see a person sitting there?
Yeah, pretty much.
It would look like she was sleeping, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And who drove Sarah's car?
Yeah,
And what kind of car does Sarah have?
really old blue Buick something.
Like an old looking.
Yeah, like 80 something.
Okay. So Liam drove that car?
Yeah.
Okay. And where did he drive the car to once he left the street? What street is that behind Sarah's house?
I don't know the name of it.
Do you know what street Sarah lives on? Ridge? You don't know? Okay. All right. So Liam drives the car from that back street to where?
I don't know. I lost him once he started driving, but to the Belmar Bridge.
Okay. And which Belmar Bridge?
The big one that her car was found on.
Okay. The 35 bridge?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know what direction of the bridge her car was parked in when he parked it? Was it facing Belmar or was it facing
Belmar.
It was facing Belmar?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you there when he parked the car, or had he already parked it?
No, he had already parked.
Okay. How far up, like, picture yourself, you've been over that bridge, right? Was he, like, before the crest of the bridge and coming down, or where was he?
Like, just before you come right over the crest, yeah.
Okay. So he was right before the crest?
Yeah.
Okay. And so how did you arrive on the bridge? Did you arrive from, like, Neptune side, or did you arrive from Belmar?
From the Neptune side.
Okay. And where did you park your car?
I parked right behind him.
Okay. And when you arrived there and you parked behind Sarah's car, where was Liam?
He was on the sidewalk, facing the back of the car.
Okay. Standing there or sitting there? What was he doing?
He was standing there waiting for me to pull up.
Okay. And when you pulled up, was Sarah still in the car?
No.
Did Liam need help? Did you have to help Liam? Because I know he said that he couldn't drag her, he needed help. Did you have to help him lift her over?
Yeah, he had her on the sidewalk, and I just helped him.
Okay. What do you mean he had her on the sidewalk? She was sitting there?
Like, half out of the car.
Okay. So he was having trouble, it looked like?
Yeah.
All right. So you helped him lift her and throw her over the bridge? Yeah. Okay. Was that hard to do physically to get her over the bridge?
No, 2 people.
Okay. Did you guys know when she hit the water? Did you hear anything or see anything? No? All right. And then what happened after that?
We got in my car and drove down, turned around, went back to our house.
Okay. And where did you turn around? On the other side of the bridge?
Yeah, on the other side of the bridge.
So somewhere in Belmar.
Kept going, made a left, and then
Okay.
turned around.
All right. Now, when you guys were throwing Sarah over the bridge, was there any cars on the bridge? Like, did you see anybody?
There were cars going up the bridge in front of me, and then I parked, and another car or two drove by, and then they put her over.
Okay. Right. In the car. And you guys ultimately went back to your house in Neptune City?
Yeah.
Who owns that house?
Liam's dad.
Okay. Do you guys pay rent there?
Yeah.
How much do you pay?
$650 a month.
Each of you?
Yeah.
So you pay $650 and he pays $650?
Yeah, and utilities.
And plus utilities?
Yeah.
Okay. When you guys go back to the house, do you know about what time Sarah went over the bridge? We know what time we found her car.
Yeah. I'll say like 10:30, 11.
Okay. You just kind of guessing based on, obviously, because it's...
I want to say it was 10:30, just off of memory and
Okay.
like relative
Sure.
time.
Now, what did you guys do after that, like that night? What did you guys do? Did you guys party? Did you drink? Smoke?
Yeah, we went back to the house, drank and smoked a little bit.
Okay.
He cracked the safe and started counting money.
Okay. How much money was in the safe?
It was 10,000.
10,000?
Yeah.
All right. Did you see the money? Can you describe it to us? What did it look like?
It was a lot of really old, beat up, torn up money.
And do you know why it was old and beat up?
Just because it was sitting in that box in Sarah's other house since
Okay. What were the denominations?
20s, 50s, and 100s.
Now, do you know, did Liam tell you where the money came? And obviously, Sarah found it, but did you know where Sarah was keeping the money?
Yeah, he said that she had a safety deposit box.
Okay. And what did he tell you about that?
He said he had no clue how he was going to get it, but he would, and I didn't really believe he had it.
Okay. Now, the money, there's 10,000. How much of that money did he give to you?
$3,000.
$3,000. Okay. Have you spent the money? Do you still have it at the house?
I spent half of it just a really big sum of weed. And then the rest he took from me and put it in that safe and brought it to Hartshorn.
Okay. So the $3 grand, how much of the $3 grand did you spend on the weed?
$1,200.
Okay. Is the weed gone?
Yeah.
Okay. So you spent $1,200, and then what about the remaining money?
That all got put in the safe. It's up at Hartshorn.
Okay. How much money is, when you say Hartshorn, we're talking about Sandy Hook?
Yeah.
Okay. How much of that money is in that safe at Hartshorn?
All of Williams and all of mine. So
Okay.
I'd say around $8,500.
Have you ever gone, did you go with him to bury the money in the safe? You did? All right. And when you pull into the, do you know where, like, where do you park? What do you do when you get in there?
Right across from the lighthouse.
Right across from the lighthouse. Okay.
But there's a lighthouse right here, street, and then there's a parking lot. And there's like a big, huge brick wall surrounding the area that's in.
Okay. You know exactly where it's at?
Yeah.
All right. How did you, so when did you guys go there? Did you go there right away, like the next day, that night, the next day?
That was until, what was it, like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay. So before that was the money in the house? In your house?
Yeah.
Okay. And so did you and Liam went to bury the money together? Did you need to use a shovel, or were you, like, how deep is this hole?
It really isn't deep at all. We just dug with our hands.
Okay. And the safe is in the ground there?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have like a marker or something? Like, how would you know where?
There's, I don't really know how to describe it, but there's like courtyards, like in these huge mounds of dirt that are like, have walls, like retaining walls.
Okay.
And in one of those, it's just in the very corner, just buried under some dirt.
Okay. All right. Have you guys, either you or Liam, gone back to check on the money? See if it's still there? Or?
I haven't.
Okay. So it's just one time that you guys went there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I know of.
Okay. Did Liam spend any of the money?
No.
Okay. And you said there was another safe that's buried in Shark River Park? What safe is that again?
That was the safe that we got from Sarah, and that just has a few loose articles of clothing that they were all like spoiled from when they strangled her.
Okay. Are they Sarah's clothing? All right. When you say soiled, what do you mean?
He said that they were just doused in like vomit and urine.
Okay. Did he tell you that Sarah threw up on herself? What did he tell you about that?
He didn't really describe it too much, but
Okay.
he said that like when he did it, she just started vomiting and then she just peed herself.
Okay. Did he change her clothing?
No. I don't think so.
All right. Do you know then the clothing that would be in that safe? Do you know, like?
It was just like a scarf.
Okay.
That she was wearing.
Okay. Where in the house did Liam tell you that he strangled her?
Right in the front room.
In the front room?
Yeah.
Meaning like the living room area?
Yeah.
Okay. And tell us what he told you happened when he strangled her. What was he doing there with her? How did they get there? What were they doing beforehand? That sort of thing.
He told me that he was at her house. I don't know what the scenario was, but they were going to leave, and she led the way and he just grabbed her from behind.
Okay, and what did he do?
Before she went out the door.
Okay, and before she went out the door, what did he do?
Grabbed her, pulled her back, and strangled her.
Did he describe it to you? Did he, like, tell you what happened? Do you know what part of his body he used to strangle her?
Hands.
He told you that? Okay. And where did he put his hands?
On her head.
Did he do anything else to her? Did he tell you that he assaulted her in any way?
No.
Liam and Sarah were friends for a long time, right?
Yeah.
How I mean, how would you describe their relationship?
They were like really good childhood friends up until high school, and then just kind of grew distant.
Okay. Did he ever hook up with her, go out with her, anything like that?
No.
Did he ever express an interest in doing that?
No.
Do you know if she liked him, like wanted to go out with him or anything like that?
No. I remember she got really, really, really jealous when Liam started dating her best friends. But I don't know if that was just because it's her best friend or
Maggie?
Yeah, for Liam's friend.
So aside from strangling her with his hands, did he tell you that he did anything else to her?
No.
Did he, why? So I know you had said that he did this for the money. Did he think he was going to get $10,000, $5,000? How much money did he think he was going to get from this?
All of it. What he thought was all of it was what he described as anywhere from like $50,000 to $5,000.
What are the other reasons why he killed Sarah other than the money? Was there thrill involved in it? Is this something that he's always wanted to do? No, it was for the money.
Yeah.
Okay, what did he need the money for?
I don't know. We were just starting to move out, and he was getting tired of his job at Brennan's. So,
Did he owe anybody money?
no. Nothing I knew about.
Was he having a problem? Like, did he have concerns about paying rent? Like, was he worried about money? I'm just trying to get a feel for why.
Not really. He had money in that bank at the time.
Is he like a type of guy that's always down on him, like money, like doesn't have money, borrowing money from people all the time, or no?
No, he's
always got some
pretty
money
on top of it.
And how about, is Liam close to his parents, his family?
No.
Okay. Do they help you guys in the house at all, or no?
No.
Who's he closer to, his mother or his father? Neither.
Yeah. He's got a pretty hateful relationship with his parents.
Both of them?
Yeah.
And he's got, so it's Liam, Seamus, and his sister's name is Honora?
Honora. Yeah.
And then there's Declan?
Yeah.
And is there any more, or that's it?
So
There's four? It's 4 kids?
Yeah.
Liam and Seamus are twins.
Yeah, and then the
How old is
sister,
Honora?
15 or 16.
Okay. And Declan?
I think he's in 8th grade now.
Okay. How about you? Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have a little sister.
How old is she?
17.
Who else? I know, so you were at work when this happened, right?
Yeah.
When he strangled her?
Yeah.
Who else was with Liam when that happened?
I don't think anybody was.
He was by himself?
Yeah. With Sarah.
Did you know when you went off to work that day or the night before, did you know that this was going to happen, that he was going to do this?
No.
Right. Had he been talking about it? Had he been...
The first time he said it, it was just like we were with other people and it just seemed like a joke. And then he'd mentioned it again. And then it was just that day, he was like, hey, I did it, I need your help.
Okay. Who was present when he first said it as a joke? You, Liam?
Sean.
Sean, who's Sean? Who's Sean?
He's one of my old friends. We went to Boy Scouts together and then St. Rose Grammar School and Neptune High School. And I was friends with Liam, so Sean just kind of worked his way into the
His
group.
last name is McMahon?
Yeah.
Where does he live?
He lives in Sugar Hills.
Did he go to Neptune High School with you guys also?
Yeah.
Did he graduate in 15? Same year as you, Liam and Sarah?
Yeah.
What does he do now?
He goes to Brookdale. He works at a dog daycare.
Where does he work?
The dog daycare.
Dog daycare. Where's that?
I don't know where.
Like taking care of dogs during the day or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. So how long ago was that conversation?
It was months ago. Like early December, November.
Okay. And where were you when you talked about it?
I was at work at Clancy's, and Sean and Liam and Billy McAvoy was another one of Liam's childhood friends.
Was Billy McAvoy there also?
Yeah, he was there.
Okay.
They came in, they ordered some food, and I sat down with them for a little while, just because the restaurant was slow.
Did Billy McAvoy and Sean McMahon, did they hear Liam say that he was going to do this?
It wasn't him saying that he would, but it was just like, hey, that's a lot of money. I think it's the kind of money somebody would get killed for.
Okay. So he didn't lay out a plan or something like that. Where does Billy McAvoy?
Yeah.
Where does he live?
He lives in Neptune City.
And what does he do now?
He lives with his mom who goes to birthday.
He graduated with you guys also?
Yeah.
Right. So that was the first time that it kind of came up, and then when's the second time it came up? You remember? A couple weeks later or something?
Yeah.
At your house? If you don't remember, that's okay. Let me ask you this. Do you remember when Liam laid it out for you that this is what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the bank with Sarah. I'm going to go back to her house. Do you remember him saying that to you?
It wasn't until the day of. It was like, yeah.
So the day that he did it?
Yeah.
Did he tell you beforehand or he told you after that
He told me, like, while it was going on. Like, while he was with Sarah.
So you were talking to him?
I was at work, and he had said he's with Sarah, and he thinks that this might be his chance.
Okay. And did you ask him any questions about it?
No.
Did you know what he was referring to?
Yeah.
Were you supportive of him doing this so you can get some of the money? If you were, it's okay.
I didn't really think it was going to happen until it actually did. It was more or less just like entertaining an idea, and then that day he was like, this might be like my chance to do it, and like it hit me that he was really going to do it, and I couldn't really like tell him like, no, don't do it. I just said don't do it during daylight.
Right. When Liam came home from work that night, how did he look to you? He was sober, right?
Yeah.
Was he fucked up, drunk, high?
No, he was completely sober.
What's that?
He was completely sober, just really frantic.
Okay. So do you think during the day, like he was sober when he did this and just went to work and came home, and then that's when you guys started partying and hanging out?
He might have smoked a little weed during the day, but
Okay. He seemed fine to you when he was coming home from work to look for his phone. He seemed okay to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what has obviously there was a lot of search efforts that were made to find Sarah. One, the community came together and put together a big organized search. Did you participate in that?
Yes.
Okay. Did Liam participate in that? Okay. And what's the reason why? What did Liam tell you about why you guys did that?
He said it would just look good to anyone who's got their eyes on him.
Liam said that to you?
Yeah.
Did you agree with him?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you guys do?
We went to the search party when it started, and we got split off into a group, and we started walking down the beach.
Okay. Now, the police, were obviously actively investigating where Sarah was.
Yeah.
What kind of conversations did you have with Liam about us coming to your house to talk to Liam, us calling you guys, do you remember when I came to your house to talk to you? And
Yeah.
okay, what kind of things was he saying to you then?
He just asked me, like, what kind of questions they were asking.
Okay.
If I said anything.
Okay. Did he give you any sort of instructions what to say, what not to say?
No.
Okay. Has Liam ever done this to anybody else?
I don't know.
No. Is he upset about what happened? What's his overall affect about what he did?
There isn't really any sign of anything with him.
Okay. Is he sad? Is he depressed? Is he getting counseling, therapy?
No. He just quit his job afterwards, and he's just been hanging out homebody.
Okay. How do you feel about everything that happened to Sarah?
I don't really know.
Are you upset about it?
Yeah.
Do you think about it? Has this been weighing on you?
Yeah.
I know this isn't easy for you right now. What do you think about?
I think about what it means for me if any of it did come back to us.
Did you think it was going to?
Liam did a pretty good job of convincing me that he'd covered everything up. I just went along with it.
You knew this was a possibility, though.
Yeah.
Did Liam ever tell you that there was something that happened between him and Sarah that caused him to want to do this?
He said there was a few instances that she'd really pissed him off.
How? I don't know. Has he spoken to you about it? I don't think, obviously, you guys talk about it every day, but does he tell you that he's upset about it? Does he tell you that he regrets it? Does he say anything like that?
He doesn't say anything about it.
Have you noticed a change in his demeanor or his attitude? I mean, or is he just going on with his life like normal?
He's going on with it like normal, but he's definitely just got, like, I don't know, like, more of an ego.
More of an ego?
Yeah. That's really the only thing I've noticed.
Okay. Are there any weapons or anything in your house? Is there a gun in your house?
No.
Does Liam have access to a gun?
I don't think so.
And have you ever seen him with one? How about you? Do you have one?
No.
And it's just you and him that at the house?
Yeah.
No one else lives there? So where was Liam's phone? You said he lost his phone. Where was that phone?
He said he found it in the driveway.
Did he find it or somebody found it?
He said he found it in the driveway.
Now, do you know when he
No,
found it?
Mahoney said he found it in the driveway. It was the next morning he got it back.
Okay. And when you say Mahoney, the detective from Belmar?
Yeah.
All right. Did you and Liam get a new phone? Did you go with Liam to get a new phone? Because he lost his?
Yeah.
When was that?
That was the next morning.
Okay. Where did you guys go?
Walmart.
In Neptune?
Yeah.
On Route 66?
Yeah.
And you got a new phone?
Yeah.
Did he keep the same phone number?
Yeah.
Do you know Liam's phone number by heart? It's in your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. And whose car did you drive to Walmart?
He drove his car.
You were in his car? And so he has the same phone number today as he did back then. He just checked out a new phone.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't change phone numbers or anything. And how about you? The same phone number? Do you still have yours? I think you had said previously. Was it what was the phone carrier for your phone?
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. That's the same as his. Maybe it was him that I'm thinking of. He has T-Mobile also.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you pay your bill, or does he pay it, or does your parents? Your parents do. Okay. And what about him? Who pays his bill?
I think he pays it.
He pays it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Hang tight here. We're just going to take a quick break. Make sure we don't have any other questions for you. Okay.
Okay.
You want a water? You want a bottle of water or anything?
That'd be great.
Okay. You got it. We'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Preston. Liam, can you take a seat in that chair for me, please?
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks. Do you remember me?
I do remember you.
What's my name? Do you remember?
No.
Oh, I'm Brian Weisbrod. I'm a detective with the prosecutor's office. And, I don't know if you know, this is Detective Albrecht from Neptune City. We met in Belmar back in December. I don't know if you weren't, Mike wasn't there with during that meeting. I just want to go over a couple things with you. Obviously, you know you're under arrest, right, Liam?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to tell you what you're going to be charged with tonight. I don't have copies of your complaints right now, but you will get them. Okay. You're being charged with murder, felony murder, first-degree robbery, desecration of human remains, conspiracy, and hindering apprehension. Okay? You will get complaints, and of course, we'll talk to you later about your bail once that's worked out. We have a letter here from an attorney, Constantine Bardis.
Mm-hmm.
We were also contacted by an attorney named Charles Moriarty. Do you know either of those two guys?
I know Constantine, and I think I've talked to the other guy before.
Okay. Are these your attorneys? Is this guy your attorney? Here's a copy of the letter if you want to read it.
I would say so. I think my parents would know better about the attorney.
Well, I'm giving you that letter because we received it, and that we were also contacted by the other attorney, Mr. Moriarty. We just wanted to present you with the letter so you know that it exists. And of course, if these guys are not your attorneys and you want to speak to us, we'll be happy to speak to you.
The other guy said he was going to represent me as well.
I don't know. I don't know if either of them represent you.
Okay.
All I know is we received this letter and that we were contacted by Charles Moriarty on your behalf. You have to tell us if these guys are your attorneys, that's fine. If you want to talk to us, that's fine too. You just need to tell us.
I have spoken to him, so he is my attorney.
Okay.
And I'd rather not speak to anyone
Okay,
until I
perfect.
talk to him.
Great. Thank you very much.
No problem.
You can hang tight here. Just stay in that chair for us, okay? Chris. You okay?
Yeah.
I just have a couple more questions for you, and we'll be all finished up, okay? So, just brought some maps in here, and I just want to make sure that so the first picture I want to show you here. This is just an aerial photograph. Do you know whose house this is? Whose house is that? It's Sarah's house.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just show us where you parked your car when you accessed her house?
Right there.
Okay. Can you put an X there? Okay. And you're pointing to where? That's the dead end of what? Midwood Street.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just write my car, just so we know what your that is? Okay. Now, where looking at this aerial photograph, can you circle the area? Put a circle around the area where the bushes are that you dragged Sarah to.
Okay.
Okay. And can you just write Sarah next to there? Okay. All right, and that's where you moved her to.
Mm-hmm.
So and the door is where?
Right. Yeah. Okay. This is like an awning over the back patio.
Okay. And so you dragged her all the way over to towards the right.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just put your signature on the back of that for me, please? And just put today's date on there as well. And if you just print your name so we know that that's you. Thank you. The next photograph I want to show you. Do you recognize what this is, Preston?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's Belmar Bridge.
Okay.
35.
Can you put an X approximately where Sarah's car was when she was thrown over the bridge? Okay. Now, okay, so this is obviously the Belmar side, correct? And this is the Neptune side. And you put the X on the right lane, meaning this is going into what town?
Belmar.
Belmar. And can you just write car there so we know what that is there?
Yeah.
Okay. And your car was right behind that car?
Yeah, I pulled up behind him.
Okay. Okay. And this is the side, so she was thrown over basically on the southbound side, that railing she was thrown over, okay? Right, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. If you could just write your name, print it, and put the date on. 2/1/17. And this photograph, do you recognize what this is, Preston?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's Sandy Hook.
Okay. Now, this, if you take a look here where it says Sandy Hook Foundation, do you know what that is? That's the lighthouse.
Okay.
All right. In relation to that lighthouse, can you put a circle around the area where the money is buried? So obviously this is the ocean here.
Yeah.
So the lighthouse is here. So it is.
There's either 2 or 3 bunkers. There might be a third one here. If there's a third one here, it's right there.
Okay.
But if not,
can you just put a big circle around that?
it could either be there, but
okay. Somewhere in that area?
one of those 2.
Okay. All right. And if you can just do the same thing, just print your name, sign your name.
And you say you'll have me on my way. Where is that to?
We're hoping that you're going to be able to show us these locations. Would you be agreeable to that if we put you in a car? Would you take us just to these spots so we're not having to go out and look?
Yeah.
All right. And obviously, what we're doing here, Preston, is obviously we want to be able to give the family some closure. Sarah's family is devastated by her loss, obviously. I'm sure you can understand that.
Yeah.
So everything and anything that we can do for them is important. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you know the Shark River Park? Is it Shark River Park where her clothing was in the safe, where Sarah's scarf is?
Yeah.
Do you remember how you accessed that? Did you access that off of Gully Road
Gully Road,
or off of Schoolhouse Road?
Schoolhouse Road is where the 7-Eleven is. Up, if you take 33, going towards the Parkway, there's a 7-Eleven.
You mean Quick Check?
Past the Quick Check.
Past. Yeah. That's Schoolhouse Road.
Okay. Because Gully Road, there's a by Cemetery Hill. You can almost you go to Cemetery Hill.
Yeah,
sleigh riding.
yeah.
That takes you to Gully Road.
Let me show you both pictures.
Yeah, this is
Gully Road. This is the park here, and this is the entrance on Schoolhouse Road. Does any of this look familiar to you? Which road?
It's Gully Road, the one that you were talking about back behind.
And can you just show us approximately where the safe is buried?
There's a stream somewhere back here that it's buried by.
A stream?
Yeah.
Somewhere in this area?
Yeah.
So here's the parking lot where you would park your car in Gully Road, and then there's this humongous field right here.
Yeah, we went off the right through the field and went over to this little area and then down into the woods and up to here somewhere.
Okay, can you just put you can put a big, like just a circle around the rough idea where okay, and just we can write safe there. And this safe, the one that's in the park, is the same thing, Preston, please.
Yeah.
That's the safe that contains Sarah's clothing.
Yes.
And what safe is that? Is that the safe that Sarah had money in? That was broken open?
Yes.
Okay. And the safe that is at Sandy Hook, that safe belongs to who?
That was Liam's.
That was Liam's safe. Okay. All right. Now, when you were on the bridge, how were you communicating with Liam? Were you guys communicating on the phone? Were you guys communicating by like radio, little portable radios? What were you guys using to communicate?
You bought walkie-talkies.
What's that?
You bought walkie-talkies.
Okay, and what do those walkie-talkies look like?
Black and red.
Okay, and where are they?
Little walkie-talkies. He has one of them still in my car.
Okay, so one's in your car?
Yeah.
And where's the one that he has?
Maybe somewhere in the house.
Okay. Do you know what brand they are? No. Okay, and where did he buy them?
Walmart.
Okay, did he buy them specifically for this?
I was assuming so.
Okay, did he tell you that? Did he say, hey, I bought these walkie-talkies so we can talk when I do this? Or?
No, he gave me the walkie-talkie. Like when we were going over the bridge, he was like, yeah, better not using phones. He gave me a walkie-talkie.
Okay, so did he give you the walkie-talkie before you left Sarah's house?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you guys use them?
Yeah.
Okay, and what kind of things were you guys communicating about?
He just said, I'm coming up on the bridge, and I said, okay, I'm coming up behind you. And he's like, all right, hurry up, because I can't get this open myself. And I pulled up behind him.
Okay. All right. Besides you and Liam knowing about this, who else did Liam or you tell about what happened?
He didn't tell anybody.
Okay. Did you tell anybody?
No.
Aside from you and Liam, does anybody else know about what happened?
No.
Does anybody else know that Liam strangled Sarah?
Not that I know.
Did you share the information with anybody?
No.
Did you tell your girlfriend?
No.
And what's your girlfriend's name again?
Christina.
Christina, what's her last name?
Medlin.
What is it?
Medlin.
Medlin?
Yeah.
M-E-D?
L-I-N.
Is she like your age also? Did she go to Neptune?
She's our age. She goes to Monmouth University. We met her on the dating app.
Okay. You didn't share this with her?
Yeah, doesn't know anything.
Does she live on Monmouth's campus, or does she live at home, or?
She lives on campus.
Is she a freshman this year?
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't know about this?
No.
Okay. What about Liam? Does Liam have a girlfriend?
No.
All right. Liam didn't tell you that if he told anybody or not, or did he tell you he didn't tell anybody?
He just told me that he hasn't told me.
Okay. All right. When you spoke to Liam, and Liam told you that he was with Sarah and that today may be the day that he was going to do it, however he expressed that to you, how did he tell that to you? Did he tell that to you on the phone, through text message?
On Snapchat.
On Snapchat?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a messaging.
Okay. Now, does Liam communicate on Snapchat a lot?
Not as much as just regular call and text.
All right. What's his Snapchat name?
L
Liam?
McAtasney something.
Okay, does he have one account or does he have more than one account?
He just has the one.
Okay. What is your, what's your name?
It's DAT underscore SNURFER. Dat Snurfer.
Dat Snurfer? What's a Snurfer?
Me and my uncle made up this thing years ago. It's surfing with the fins on that surfboard.
Okay. Liam is Aquaman. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's just Snapchat me.
Is that Liam Snapchat me?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head. It shows it as just Liam.
Oh, okay.
On the contacting me app.
Okay. All right. So, what aside from you started back at Brookdale today, right?
Yeah.
Today was going to be your first day of class.
Yeah.
What are you studying there?
Business.
Okay. Is Liam still going to Brookdale?
No.
He dropped out.
Yeah.
Why?
He's planning on going to trade school and joining the.
What does he want to do? He wants to work for like a.
He just wants the benefits and everything goes.
What has Liam tried to involve you in anything recently?
He tried to get me a job with his dad and his connections in the union. He was trying to get me in on that, but so.
All right. You'd be willing to jump in a car with us and show us where these safes are? I appreciate it very much.
I know you would.
And we want to be able to give as much closure as we can to Sarah's family. We would just drive you out there. You would just point it out to us, and then we can come back here. That way, we can find these items.
I know reading Miranda rights, everything that all means that I'm under arrest. What's
so there's no your situation right now is there's no complaints filed against you right now. After we're done talking to you, basically what happens is we'll have to consult with our supervisors, and we'll have to come to a decision from a legal perspective. An assistant prosecutor would make a decision as to what charges would be filed against you. Okay. You've been very cooperative with us today. We appreciate that, Preston. I know this wasn't easy for you to do. I think you understand that what you did today was a very positive thing, not only for yourself, because you've been carrying this burden and you've been walking around every day since this happened with this weight on your shoulders. I look at you today, and I remember seeing you on December 7th when I spoke to you, and you look like a different person. I would imagine you have some relief. I can't imagine what it must feel like every single day waking up in the morning, especially knowing that you have a sister. Looking at yourself in the mirror every day, I'm sure was not an easy thing for you to do. Am I right?
Yeah.
I can tell you, I think you did the right thing here. I feel like you wanted to do the right thing in December when we spoke to you. I remember looking at you. I remember how upset you were that night. All right. I think you're a young guy, man. You're 19 years old. I think you have many years ahead of you. You have a long life ahead of you, and I think by doing this, you're able to put yourself in a position where you'll be able to move on. I hope you feel that way. We appreciate, as I said to you earlier, that your cooperation and from when we saw you earlier today till we brought you down here, you've been nothing but respectful and cooperative, and we appreciate that. It was the same thing when we spoke to you out in Belmar. All right. We work these cases, and our primary goal, obviously, is we want to be able to bring closure to a family. That's one of our primary goals in all of this. We've made that commitment to Sarah's family. I think you know that what happened to her was wrong. Do you agree with that? And we want to continue to do that. All right. Would you be able to bring us to where Sarah's body is, Preston?
I don't know where her body is, but I mean the safes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you already explained to us where she was thrown over the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We appreciate that. Let me just go get our cars ready, and we'll take a ride. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you. So 4:03 p.m. that will conclude the interview with Preston Taylor.
Liam, how you doing? Lieutenant Isaacs, Neptune City Police. Mark Mazzy, Neptune City. I'm going to transport you over to Neptune City for process. I need you to stand up for me, please, sir. Turn around, face the wall. Open your legs. Put your head against the wall for me. Back up tiny bit. Back up tiny bit. Thank you, sir. Put your head against the wall. Thanks, sir. I'm going to take these cuffs off you and put a slightly more comfortable pair on you, okay?
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I'm going to say slightly, okay? Keep your lips right there, okay? Please take that off. The reason why I say there's a slightly more comfortable because they're on a little bit of a chain, okay? A lot, please, sir. A little bit quick for that, listen. Stand up, get your head off. There you go.